I'd been looking at this coughing card and thought, man, this is broken. How come nobody unlocked its potential yet? And I mean, after some experimenting, I came up with a deck that allowed me to break into the top 100 during the second ranked season of Pokemon Pocket. Now, quick disclaimer, my climb for the first half of that season was mostly done with Grass Arceus and Dark Arceus, as these aggro decks finish games rather fast, and the more games you can get in, the faster you will climb, so it was just easy math. But then a couple things happened. The meta changed, so Arceus decks really preyed on these Oricorio decks. And these disappeared overnight, essentially. So the meta changed. Tapu Lele, Giratina Magnezone was everywhere all of a sudden, and that kind of made me struggle. It's a rough matchup for Arceus. And people also switched over to old Darkrai Giratina decks, and for some reason people stopped playing Oricorio. But Darkrai Giratina also kind of rough for Arceus, and I had no real deck lists to farm anymore with Grass Arceus and Dark Arceus, so I needed something different. And this coughing has a broken call for help ability, and these call for help or cry for help or whatever, search a basic out of your deck and put it to your hand or on the board, So these abilities tend to be kind of broken, and this coughing is in a very good spot. It has a lot of HP for a basic. It thins out your deck, and again, this is the big part. Since you thin out your deck, you just improve the quality of your draws later on, and it's very, very hard to brick. So I was experimenting, and I landed on essentially a version of Darkrai Giratina, which I dubbed Toxic Tina. So it's, by the way, the list you see on the screen there, it is not set in stone. I played around with it a lot. I, for the most part, also played with just 4 basics, double coughing, 1 Darkrai, 1 Giratina, and instead of the second Darkrai, I had a second Pokemon communication in there. So what this allowed me to do is open coughing like 75% of the time, so very consistently. And with double communication, you guarantee essentially that coughing's cry for help ability, because it can only target other coughing, right? So only 1 card in your deck. And double communication ensured that I got this. I could freely play Oak and Pokeball in my hand if I had communication, because even if I draw another coughing, all I do is I switch that out for a Darkrai Giratina or an evolution. And these decks, or this deck, it kind of slapped. So it completely beat Darkrai Giratina, because they need to get through 2 Weezing, and then either your Darkrai or your Giratina or both in the end. And Weezing deals super effective damage against Tina. It's very annoying with poison. Right Tina lists have a hard time pivoting. Also, Meowscarada decks, a list a lot of people tended to play while the last season, or the last part of the season, was going on. So Weezing Darkrai completely destroys them, because you can just kill them before they evolve. And this is where the double Sabrina, people saw double Sabrina when I shared the list, and I thought, man, isn't that excessive? Why you use double Sabrina? Let me tell you though. Double Sabrina ensured I killed the basics before they evolve, because once those Meowscaradas evolve and can use lilies and whatnots, and with Leaf Cape and yada yada, they're kind of hard to get rid of. But if you just Sabrina, you poison them with Weezing, you attach to Darkrai, deal 20, you attack with Weezing, deal another 30, then the turn ends, they take another 10 from poison, it's 60, and the basic goes down. So, super cool matchup. Essentially this deck, it carried me all the way into the top 100, as you can see on your screen. I made a screenshot. By the way, I'm doing these videos kind of like almost like a PowerPoint presentation at this point, because I usually play Pocket when I'm walking the dog, and I'm not really sure how to share gameplay and how to record, and also I'm not really sure if people are interested in the actual gameplay, because all you really need to test this for yourselves is you, copy the deck and then hop into some games and have some fun with it. So yeah, why not play yourself? But if you want to see gameplay, let me know if you know any nice ways of recording your phone screen. I tried some free apps out there, but they kind of sucked. Anyway, so this list, the season is pretty much over, but I think this list has a lot of potential to carry you into the next season as well, because Poison will get a lot stronger with this new card, the Extra Dimensional Crisis Nihil Lego. So if you have a look at this, you could, for the Weezing deck I've been playing, you can essentially take out one Darkrai and the Giratina and add in 2 Nihilego. It's a basic, it's a non-EX, it's pretty much perfect. If you have Nihilego on bench and Weezing on active, it's kind of nasty, isn't it? So this card will ensure you hit even better breakpoints with your Weezing Poison, especially if the enemy is unable to pivot and you add Darkrai pings into the mix. So I'm really looking forward to this. You can definitely try this. I will mess around with the list a little bit. Piloting it isn't as easy as it seems, by the way. The key decisions you need to make when piloting this list is you need to choose when to evolve Coughing. Usually it's good to evolve Coughing if you have evolution advantage and can attack with a 1 energy Weezing and poison them. But sometimes it's just better to go for division, get that broken division spell or ability, or what are the attacks? Pokemon attacks. Getting a broken division attack off, getting the other Coughing out of the deck, giving you also a nice insurance, because it guarantees the enemy needs to go through 2 non-EXs first before they can tackle your Darkrai or your Giratina, bar some Greninja into Cyrus shenanigans, you know. So there's skill involved also with this list, with the Giratina list. Sometimes you need to make a very smart and decision that reaches or you need some foresight for this. You need to be able to see the future, right? So sometimes it is better to not attack or not even attach to Weezing, but just attach to Darkrai, charge Giratina, so like a regular Darktina deck. And yeah, so effectively, this list is everything the Darkrai Giratina Komala list wishes it would be, because it's just so much better. Komala is a liability in any matchup, except for Oricorio, but Weezing, super strong in many situations. Against fighting decks, of course, you struggle a little bit due to the super effective hits, but still, the enemy, for the most part, needs to go through 2 non-EXs and then finish your Darkrai and Giratina before they can win, and by that time, you have dealt so much damage to them. It's really quite nice. So yeah, play this list beginning of the next season. I will post occasionally. If you like me yapping about stuff, then yeah, leave a follow. I don't know. I will be posting Pocket on this channel, so stay tuned for that. Mostly just deck ideas or meta reports, but gameplay, maybe. I don't know. Again, if you know how to record your screen and whatnot, then let me know, and see you next time.